Subscribe now and press the bell icon.
चैनल बायो वर्ल्ड में फिर एक बार आपका स्वागत है और आशा करते हैं कि जो प्रीवियस लेक्चर्स हुए हैं वह आपको समझे होंगे। तो पहले लेक्चर में हमने समझा कि नीट का सिलेबस क्या होता है। शॉर्ट में हमने नीट का सिलेबस जाना, उसमें कौन से यूनिट होते हैं। उसके बाद दूसरे लेक्चर में हमने ये जाना कि रिप्रोडक्शन इन लोअर एंड हायर प्लांट्स। तो दूसरे लेक्चर में हमने ये समझा कि लोअर प्लांट में रिप्रोडक्शन कैसे होता है। तो ब्रीफ शॉर्ट में समझ लेते हैं कि असेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन इन लोअर ऑर्गेनिज्म ने हमने समझा कि बाइनरी फ्यूजन क्या होता है, बडिंग क्या होता है, स्पोरुलेशन क्या होता है, फ्रेगमेंटेशन क्या होता है और उसके सब एग्जाम्पल्स हमने जाने। उसके बाद तीसरे लेक्चर में हमने यह जाना कि वेजिटेटिव रिप्रोडक्शन इन प्लांट्स क्या होता है। तो वेजिटेटिव रिप्रोडक्शन में हमने जाना कि रिप्रोडक्शन जो वेजिटेटिव पार्ट से होता है उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं वेजिटेटिव रिप्रोडक्शन। और वेजिटेटिव रिप्रोडक्शन के कुछ आर्टिफिशियल मेथड भी हमने स्टडी की है। उसमें थी कटिंग, ग्राफ्टिंग, माइक्रो प्रोपगेशन, टिश्यू कल्चर एंड सो ऑन। सो बिफोर स्टार्टिंग दिस लेक्चर आई हैव टू क्लियर दैट इन अ प्रीवियस लेक्चर फॉर द spore formation conidia which were the non-motile, I have given the example paramecium which were said mistakenly. Please correct the example. It is not the paramecium, it is the penicillium. So let's start with this lecture. Today's topic is the sexual reproduction in plants. Now first of all we will see about the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, it is the process in which two parents are involved. Sexual reproduction involves two parents. This sexual reproduction, it involves the formation of gametes, or it is also called as sex cells, and this formation of gamete occurs by the process of meiosis. Then it also involves the fusion of gametes, fusion of compatible gamete, we can say compatible male and female gametes, and this fusion of male and female gametes, the process is called as fertilization. This fertilization, it leads to the formation of the diploid cell, and it is the zygote. This zygote will further develop into the embryo, and this process, it is the embryogenesis. The development of embryo, it is the embryogenesis, and this will leads to the formation of offspring. It leads to the formation of offspring with the genetic variations. It means the sexual reproduction brings about the genetic variation in the offspring, means that the parent and the offsprings, they differ in the genetic material. So it is the general introduction about the sexual reproduction. Now moving toward the sexual reproduction in plants. As the sexual reproduction is carried out by the sexual organ or the reproductive organ, so sexual reproduction in a plant is carried out by a reproductive organ, and that is the flower. Now what is meant by flower? Flower, it is said to be the modified condensed shoot. condensed shoot. You have already studied in the 11th chapter morphology in flowering plant what is the shoot system and what is the root system. The shoot system, it shows the heterogeneity having a variable parts. So it is flower, it is the modified condensed shoot, and flower it act as a reproductive organ in plants. This flower, the typical structure of flower, the flower, it is also has its ornamental use. It also act as a reproductive organ. The flower, as it performs the formation of gametes. Various significance of flowers. So this diagram represents the typical structure of flower, showing its different parts. Okay, so diagram showing a typical structure of flower. Let's start with its information. Okay, this stalk of the flower, it is the pedicel. जो फ्लावर की डंडी है, स्टॉक है, उसको हम लोग क्या बोलने वाले हैं? पेडिसेल. The terminal solan part of the pedicel, it is the thalamus. The terminal part of pedicel, which is solan, it is the thalamus, and from this thalamus the different four whorls of the flower arises. These four whorls of the flower arises from the pedicel, and these are, so these four whorls, they are mainly classified into two types. They are accessory whorl. These accessory whorls, two are accessory whorl and two are essential whorls. Two are accessory whorls and two are essential whorl. Now what is meant by accessory whorl? Those whorls which do not directly involve in reproduction but helps for the reproduction, and essential whorls which are directly involved in the process of reproduction. These two accessory whorls are, they are calyx and they are corolla. Let me label it in diagram. This small leaflet like structure, it is called as a calyx. This colorful red colored part in the diagram, it is the corolla. So calyx and corolla, these are the accessory whorls which will promote or which will help the process of reproduction. Now about the essential whorl. These two essential whorls are, these are the androecium and gynoecium. Androecium and gynoecium. This structure, it is the androecium, and this typical structure, it is the gynoecium. All these structures will studied in detail further. Now androecium and gynoecium. Androecium, it is the male part of the flower, and gynoecium, it is the female part of flower. Let's moving towards its detail. Calyx, each member of calyx, they are called as sepals. Each member of corolla, they are called as petals. Each member of calyx, it is the sepal. Each member of corolla, they are called as a petals. Each member of androecium, they are said to be stamen, and in these stamen, these are the androecium. Collective structure of the stamens, it is called as an androecium, but a single member, it is called as a stamen. And we can see in the diagram, the stamen, it consists of mainly two parts. This lobe, it is the anther, and this stalk, it is the filament. So stamen further divides or consists of two parts. It is the anther, and another part, it is the filament. The gynoecium, another essential whorl, which is said to be the female part of the flower, it also consists of, or each member, it is said to be carpel. Each member of gynoecium is called as a carpel, and carpel also consists of three parts. This part of the carpel, it is called as a stigma. This tubular structure is the style, and this swollen part, it is the ovary. So carpel, it consists of three parts. It is the stigma, which is the receptive part of the carpel. Then the tubular structure, it is a style, and this swollen part, it is the ovary. And this ovary, it consists of the ovules. This ovary, it possesses the ovule. So it is the structure of typical flower. The typical structure of flower. Further, we will see in detail. So flower, it consists of nodes and internodes. फ्लावर में क्या होते हैं? Nodes और internodes. We have seen that the four different whorls of flower are, it is calyx, corolla, third one, it is the androecium, and the fourth one, it is the gynoecium. Now, when these four whorls are present in the flower, it is said to be the complete flower. Complete flower is when all the four whorls are present in the flower. Then second point is about the incomplete flower. What is meant by incomplete flower? When any one of these whorl is absent in the flower, either calyx, corolla, androecium or gynoecium, or either androecium or gynoecium is present, is said to be the incomplete flower. So when any one whorl is absent, it is said to be the incomplete flower. The third one, it is the staminate flower. What is meant by staminate flower? When only androecium is present. When only androecium is present, the flower is said to be the staminate flower. And the fourth one is the carpellate flower. Carpellate flower is when only gynoecium is present. When only androecium is present, it is a staminate flower. When only the gynoecium is present, it is said to be the carpellate flower. So moving towards another, is it clear? So as I have already said that the flower, it consists of the nodes and internodes. This is a flower structure. Again I am drawing it. Okay. Node, it is a part. What is meant by node? It is a part from where the one or more leaves arise. The part of the flower at which or where the one or more leaves arises, such a part it is called as a node. And the distance between two nodes, दो नोड में जो डिस्टेंस होता है हम लोग उसको क्या बोलने वाले हैं? इंटरनोड्स. So are you getting my point? Nodes or internode? Nodes are those points where the one or more leaves arises and the distance between the two nodes it is called as a internode. Now the internode between, here they are the calyx and here they are the corolla. Internode between the calyx and corolla, it is said to be the anthophore. Anthophore, it is a internode between the calyx and the corolla. The another, it is the internode between corolla and androecium. And these whorl which are discussed earlier, this is the corolla, these are the androecium. The internode between the corolla and the androecium, it is called as androphore. And the third one, it is the internode between androecium, which is the male part, and gynoecium, which is the female part. They are called as the gynophore. Very important points according to the NEET, according to the AIPMT and all the competitive exams. Useful points are, please note it. The internode between the calyx and corolla, anthophore. The internode between the corolla and the androecium, they are called as the androphore. And the internode between the androecium and gynoecium, it is said to be the gynophore. So it is all about the sexual reproduction introduction and typical structure of flower. Hope so you are understanding our lectures and your great response to our channel. आपका जो हमें response मिल रहा है, आपका जो हमें प्यार मिल रहा है, support मिल रहा है, तो we are very thankful to you and